That's interesting.
Sorry. Let's put my
As
last
per my
last
last
No,
I
hear
hear
what
what
you're
you're
saying.
saying.
I couldn't believe it, but a new study proved that on average, Brits use 14 politeness every single day. Phrases that sound nice, but secretly, at least for Russians like me, mean something else.
And I was of the same opinion when I moved. I could not believe like every single one seemed to me dead fake, not caring at all. That's not true.
I was so impressed, I had to find out why. And guess what? It doesn't come from snobbery or meanness, like many foreigners think, but from fear. Fear of what? That's what we'll uncover in this video. Quick note, when I say British, I understand that communication styles can be very different in Scotland, Wales or Ireland. As I'm making this video, I keep noticing that when I talk to Brits, I've got this tiny little feeling that I'm only half sure what they really mean.
I was listening it with my Russian brain, with the way my Russian brain was wired. A big problem comes when people come over here and they cannot make friends. Non-verbal communication is so different that despite you talking the same language, the same words, you speak different languages, if you know what I mean.
Russians are brutally direct. We don't smile just to be polite. And if you are wrong, we'll tell you that. I get that. For a Brit, it can sound and look rude. But that's where the real culture clash begins. Once I was at my British friend's place and he randomly asked, "Are you staying over tonight?" And I said, "No, I didn't plan to." Then he asked again. And I said, "No, why would I?" And only later I realized it wasn't a question. It was a polite way to say, "Get out." Brits avoid awkwardness so much, they invent new kinds of it, don't they? And yeah, maybe I'm overthinking. Brits themselves call it a stereotype. But since everyone believes it, let's learn how to be a truly passive-aggressive Brit using another stereotype. Fair trade, right?
Lesson number 1. Never say "yet." Comrades, in Britain, a direct no is an act of war. Instead, maybe I'll think about it, I'll get back to you. Translation: yet forever. Lesson number 2. Matryoshka sentences. A British sentence is a nesting doll. Outside, that's interesting. Inside, terrible idea, comrade. Conversation terminated. Always keep one more polite layer than your enemy expects. Lesson number 3. Butter your words. Harsh words create enemies. It smells of Kremlin. Soften everything with perhaps quite a bit. For example, perhaps your plan will work means the plan won't work. Like James Bond's gadgets in real life. Lesson number 4. Master the maybe. When cornered, vanish in misty words. Soon, possibly, we'll see. We should do coffee sometime. And remember, there will of course be no coffee. Your meaning disappears like a Soviet submarine. Lesson 5. Strike with jokes. Criticize with a smile. Try sarcasm is the hidden blade. The target laughs while quietly bleeding inside. Lesson number 6. Infinite sorry. Russian never says sorry. The British agent carries an endless clip of sorry. Say it when you bump them, when they bump you, even when you simply exist. This is the pure diplomatic immunity. Mission complete, comrade. You are now fully certified polite operative. Go forth, drink tea, disappear in crowd. And remember, comrade, every British sentence is a small diplomatic treaty.
Да, товарищ майор, I showed the video. Oi, over. Now, if the Russian spy stereotype is just a stereotype, British passive-aggressiveness definitely isn't. It's been proven in actual researches. And it gets better. The BBC made an entire guide for foreigners from the direct cultures called What They Really Mean.
Okay, people often use adjectives that could be positive, but aren't always, like interesting or different.
And now that we all agree that this British communication style is a bit interesting, let's hunt for the why. I came to Tate Britain in London to give you a little riddle. Here it is. This is the painting I was looking for. It's by Howard Hodgkin. It's mid-60s. And what do you think this painting is about? What it shows? When I first saw it, I thought nothing, just random shapes and colors. And the weird white line in the middle doesn't make sense. And then I read the title, Dinner at West Hill. The artist tried to capture the awkwardness and the warmth of the dinner with friends. And that white line, it's just the table. Once you know the context, it kind of makes sense, right? That's how modern art works. You can't get it without the story behind it. That's how communication works too. Some cultures need context. You need to read between the lines. That's called a high context style, like India, Japan, and yes, Britain. Others say things straight, direct. like this painting. That's low context, like Russia, Germany and Netherlands. So when people like me talk to British, it feels like this painting. It's beautiful, but makes no sense. It's mysterious for me until I read the label.
For a person to grasp this, how it actually works, you need to live in the country a certain amount of years. When I was 18, I had no experience with how they talk, what it means. I hear all this like, hey, you alright? And I'm like, I was like, yeah, like these people are so... And for me, it sounded like an offense because I was thinking like, what you mean that, do I look sick? You know, that's how it felt for me. And now I'm thinking back about this and I'm thinking, my God, man, what the hell was that? And in fact, like you think they're rude by doing this, but in fact, who actually is rude is you know? So it's like...
So why are the British like that? I found lots of theories online from foreigners. Some blame the climate, others say it's stiff upper lip thing. You know, not enough emotions or something. Some even call it post-colonial snobbery. I checked them all carefully. Most of them were complete bullshit. No scientific evidence at all. I was quite close to giving up at some point. Until one silly thought hit me. Maybe it's because they live on an island. In Russia, you tell someone to piss off, no problem, there is space. In Britain, nowhere to run. Just water and witnesses. Medieval Britain was tiny towns where everyone knew everyone. Start a fight and you'd still see that neighbor at church every Sunday till you die. So people learn to speak carefully, not to burn bridges. Hold on, if island life makes people indirect, how do you explain this?
Le loro esperienze.
Same isolation, yet brutally direct. They had low hierarchy and high trust. Nobody feared speaking up. In Iceland, they have the first parliament in the world. On Sicily, clans and families. Honesty and openness was survival. So it seems like the island factor is not enough. There is some other ingredient. And then I found another clue. Just like Britain, polite, even too much, and indirect. So what do these two islands share that Sicily and Iceland don't? It's fear. Fear of conflict in a class-based world. For centuries, Britain, like Japan, ran on strict hierarchy. Say the wrong thing, and you could lose your place, livelihood, or something worse. So people mastered the art of not imposing. Linguists call it negative politeness. It's about protecting everyone's dignity and face, yours and theirs. So British speech isn't fake, cold or snobbish. It's a cultural masterpiece of conflict avoidance born from island life and rigid class system.
They are very good thinkers, they have very good sense of humor. It's just a different way of sort of like tuning. And once you get that over some years, then you kind of start appreciating the rest of the stuff, start kind of making sense. Because Brits are like very, you know, they're very like cautious people, they're all about safety. Once they understand that you're a safe person to talk to, they will let you in.
So how to live with it? Just keep it in mind, play along, smile, say interesting when it's not interesting. And remember, in Britain, a good joke fixes almost anything, or makes it even more awkward. Maybe it's even better.
Where I find there's like a very common ground between us and them is a sense of humor. British are very sarcastic, they have very dark sense of humor, and once you open up, you're gonna have the best laugh with a British, like with an English or British person, like they're gonna be literally the best laugh, not Germans, not anyone from Spain, not anyone from... It will be from here.
If you like the video, please subscribe and like. This is very important for me. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers, guys.